Hey family, how are you guys doing today? I hope you had a beautiful day, or you're having a beautiful day, or may the rest of your day be just as beautiful as you want it to be, just as beautiful as you. Okay, I want to start this video out by thanking all of y'all for your continued support. If you've been here, especially if you've been here since day one, when I originally started this channel, and I took a whole break, like a year or two, or was just taking these long breaks. Shout out to you. Okay, I really appreciate you. And even those of you that came a little later and you're being very supportive, I really appreciate that. Like, seriously. Thank you to all of you that book personals. You have no idea how much that is helping me right now. And all of you that also give donations, because you already feel fulfilled by what I'm getting for free. And it means so much. Okay, it means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. If you're looking for anything, everything is in the description box. Shout out to you. Okay, and if you are new to this channel, welcome, baby. Okay, you might as well get comfortable because it's definitely a vibe over here. Hopefully this video bring you some sort of insight. And if you are returning, baby, you know I love you. So let's get right into this energy. Okay, we're gonna be channeling messages for the next 24 hours. Okay, I feel like there's something significant about the throat chakra. There's something also significant about an abundance of relationships. Okay, it's like I'm seeing you. You may have a platform, you may not, but whatever it is that you're doing where it's reaching people, you don't even know that you are like a guide in some people's lives. Okay, I also feel like in the next 24 hours there may be this element of you guiding a person through something, through some type of loop, through some type of cycle. You're helping somebody jump through, you know, something. I'm also getting jump rope and hula hoop, something about childhood memories or games, or somebody here could just be reminiscing about the happy times that they had as a child, or maybe this is something you're even forcing a person to do, not necessarily putting a gun to their head, but you're making them think, you're helping them to see a different perspective in regards to something. You could definitely be a spirit guide for many people. That's heavily what I'm picking up. Okay, and your impact in the next 24 hours specifically, I'm hearing you're saving someone's life. Okay, somebody here could be at the brink of suicide, but you're doing something to help this person. You're saying something. Like I said, you could have a platform, or you could be someone that's in some sort of non-profit, or you don't even have to be talking to a crowd of people. This could literally just be one person. I'm also getting this energy of your ability to sway the energy in a room when you walk in is unmatched. Okay, very potent, very powerful. All right, I don't know, I'm seeing TikTok. I'm seeing you be yourself and it's helping someone else. Okay, I remember quoting that in a video that I did months ago. You never know who you're helping by just being yourself. Who you are. Like I said, it's like I want to use this word force, because I'm hearing you're a force to be reckoned with. But it's more so your ability to be free is freeing other people. Your ability to allow yourself is helping other people allow themselves. It's like a power that you, I'm not saying that you aren't aware of this power, but I don't think you are aware to the degree how much power you have. This person is walking out of, look like, the water. Okay, they were in a whole, the water is a portal. It's a whole new existence. When you step into the ocean, you stepping into new lands. There's a lot of things in that water, especially if you can't see through that. Listen, I love water, but the mysterious nature is what make me gravitate to. I also want to experience water that I can see right through. And I know it's some people who've experienced that. Lucky you. You lucky motherfucker. I'm just playing, but yeah, there's some waters you can't see through. And I could just remember being at the lake sometimes. I used to record by the lake. Okay, if you go back months, okay, probably even years, you will see. I even got some shorts by the water. I was always by the water. And I was so afraid to sit in the water, even though I was called to, because I couldn't see it. It was this element of the unknown. Okay, and what's in it? I'm used to Florida waters, bitch. We got gators, we got manatees, we got all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in Georgia, and I realized the water in Georgia is way different. The rivers, they're different. They don't have gators and stuff like that. Now I don't see some water moccasins, for sure, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you just never know. So I'm just getting this element of your impact. You don't know the validity, the weight. Like, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who know themselves to a degree, but there's an element of you. I'm hearing missing, okay, but I don't think it's missing from you. I just think it's just this mysterious element about you that you can't even explain, but it works for you. I'm hearing the unexplainable. Okay, beautiful energy. I'm also hearing trust what you hear, trust that calling. Okay, this is the Eight of Cups. This is someone who is at the end of some sort of stage, or abandoning some plans that they had because they see a flaw. All right, weighing out their options with this Seven of Pentacles, choosing the right direction. Okay, this Eight of Cups is something that none of these cups are laying down. They all perfectly aligned. Okay, this could, like I said, even be this 8. 10 talks about completions, 2 steps away from completing something, and they just abandon it. But I don't think this is like a good completion, if you get what I'm saying. This is abandoning something that made you comfortable, that made you fulfilled, something that you can see, to move towards something that you couldn't. And I like the fact that the sun is highlighting the back, because it's playing a role with the story, where it's like you really can't see it, and there's an element of darkness, but if you really look at how everything's aligned, it's so beautiful. Okay, the sun and the moon in eclipse could be significant. All right, because this giving full moon, if you look at it as a circle, but you also see that crescent. So it's definitely giving me the sun, the moon eclipsing the sun. All right, that's significant. You got success when I split the deck, success in some sort of relationship. But yeah, back to that abundance in relationship. That's so funny. You could even be somebody that feel lonely, but you don't even see how. And then you got the world. So there's something here about connecting with the world, or people around the world. Or this is something that you are manifesting in your reality. I'm also hearing this this element of God. Like, people could literally see you as some type of idol. All right, and maybe this is not your intention. Okay, you just purely being you, but this is how people see you. Okay, is this a next 24 hours, or is this how people see you type shit? Okay, I'm hearing spirit say it's deeper than how they see her. So I'm specifically talking to feminine energy, all right, or someone who exudes, or you're tapping into that feminine side of yourself. Okay, because we embody both energies. All right. You know what I was just thinking to myself, right? Masculine, feminine energy, yin and yang, is also represented by a light element and then a heavy element. All right, who said that having a vagina was feminine? Why did we associate the womb man with feminine energy of even men embody both? Okay, so something about human concepts. You could definitely be broadening the perspective, like people's perspective. Okay, next 24 hours. Abundance keep popping up. Now, I'll be lying if I said I didn't try to record this video before. And abundance was the first card that came out. Okay, abundance with relationships. So I'm definitely getting building relationships. You might be feel like you're on a journey alone, or this is like an element of you popping out on social media because you don't feel like you fit in where you are, and you finding all these different type of people that relate to a concept that you believe or relate to your perspective of looking at things. Okay, it says loneliness. I know that I am never alone. I'm also getting this element of a spirit team. Although you may feel like you are walking alone, you aren't. All right. I'm also hearing why you think you thought it. Something about where you come from, the generations before. All right. I'm also getting this energy of changing the minds of people and how they associate with fear. All right, you could be a motivational speaker as well, or maybe this is something that you're being called to do. All right, I'm also getting exposure within the next 24 hours. Like, maybe this is a platform that you have, or maybe this is just you being recognized for something at work within the next 24 hours. Okay, and envy tried to pop out, but what's bringing my attention is the fact that this card is yellow. It's giving exposure. All right, maybe there's going to be an enemy of yours exposed in the next 24 hours. Okay, or maybe you're seeing envy in a different light. Okay, something about a perspective shift, a shift in perspective. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I'm also getting maybe realizing that the challenges that people have aren't different, but we just experience them in different ways because there are so many people in this world. Okay. Oh, you got growth. There are so many people in this world that's going through the same thing, but the way they see in those situations and circumstances are completely different. Okay. I noticed that we all can embody and tap into the same emotions. All right, but we express them different. We experience them differently. Okay, it always reminds me of consciousness and how I think it's so beautiful that something realized that it was there. Nothing realized that it was something, and created different avenues to be able to exist in many different ways. Earth isn't the only space or place or planet. A planned net. Planned net is reminding me of a plan and the internet. I'm also hearing ether core, something that you're able to tap into. This is reminding me of radio frequencies and channeling. All right, you could definitely be psychic or somebody that is very tapped into universal consciousness is what I just heard. But we associate this with God, right? How smart, how like, yo, it blows my mind to even think about sometimes. Okay, and imagine you being a piece of that. Okay, because you are. That's not a fragment of your imagination. Even, I'm not religious, but I'm a quote out the Bible. It says that that man was made in God's image. Okay, not to say that you physically look like something. Think of it metaphorically. You are just an element or just a piece of the way consciousness saw itself. Also getting something about DNA, genomes, prototypes. Original is what I just heard. Okay, you got love. All right. And I don't know if that was in reverse or it was upright. So we're going to read it in both ways. I'm also getting this energy of you bringing people together. I'm also hearing too, how is it that I have such a gift to bring people together, but I feel alone? There's something here about somebody feeling alone. And maybe you don't feel like you're receiving the same love that you give, or maybe this is something that you are realizing in this next 24 hours. Like you're dawning on or reminiscing about who you used to be. And how incorporating love, but self-love is what I'm hearing is the key. Going in is the way out. Going through, okay, pushing through. It's often times that we reach the very end of something where we're about to give up. I done witnessed that shit happen so many times in my life. As small as even a fucking a stoplight, bitch. I don't be having the patience. Sometimes people be just driving too slow in front of me. I don't know. It's just something about me and road rage. We gonna have to come to some sort of, common ground soon. I done got way better. All right, that could be significant as well. All right, and it's so funny because road rage is full of just pride and ego. I also realized that unconsciously it's like we be racing each other on the road, or maybe that's just me in my mind, because sometimes I'll be on the road and be like, what if this person wasn't even trying to get in front of me and I just revved up the engine for no goddamn reason, and the whole time they turning off the motherfucking exit. Or I also witnessed that happen, not just with me, on the days where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna chill, just cruise through traffic. If a motherfucker want to skip me, that's their problem, and I can feel that energy. Is it I'm feeling the energy of the person in the car, or it's an energy that has always consumed me being in this situation, and now that it's outside of me, I'm able to identify it, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, maybe in the next 24 hours you're having some sort of realization, and it's gonna free you. All right, you got gratitude and happiness. Also, Spirit is saying when you are happy and grateful for the smallest things, that's how you manifest big things. When you detach, okay, there's an element of you detaching that's going to be important within these next 24 hours. Okay, detaching is not letting go. It's just not having this hold on what it is that you think you want. Okay, it says I commit to the practice of seeing the goal and all. Oh God, I commit to the practice of seeing the goal. All right, a goal. You're trying to hit some sort of goal here. Okay, with this loneliness as well, somebody also realized that they needed to be alone, celibate, holding their sexual energy and their power to incorporate this self-love in order to become who they're becoming. Okay, I feel like I could be speaking to somebody who was like in love with love, always just want to be loved, want to give love, want to exude love. Okay, but that's not the only energy. Imagine only exuding that energy. It could become a problem for real. But I'm seeing this transition between realizing that it's okay to love, but being taken advantage of is one thing. Being looked over is another thing. Spirit is bringing me back to a self that I used to be, where I don't know, in high school I just felt like I had to have somebody, or early on in my life I just felt like I had to have somebody. I had to have a friend, I had to have a boyfriend, I had to just have it, like it just had to be. And I couldn't, because I had convinced myself of that, I couldn't see outside of the scope. I couldn't see outside of that spectrum for a long time. But when I started feeling uncomfortable in what I already knew, it was a matter of whether or not I was going to stay uncomfortable in the comfort, or I'll explore outside of that for a different feeling, for a different dopamine hit, is what I just heard. Okay, so that could be significant. But it's not until I embraced that loneliness that things start changing for me. Like, things start getting more clear. My gifts start activating, even when I wasn't aware that's what was going on, because I was no longer giving myself to not only feeding into that thought with people, but the thought in itself. I hope you're following me here, but it's like I feel like somebody can relate to that. Always feeling like you need somebody to really embodying loneliness and realizing you was never alone in the first place. If it ain't you and your spirit team, it's you and your thoughts, baby. A person don't gotta be there for you to feel like someone is there or something is there. I feel like we just want to hold on to something, and we don't even realize that we unconsciously try to hold on to people, places, and things. I'm trying to explain this in a way where it's understood. I hope I'm making sense. Okay. I just feel like within the next 24 hours, somebody is coming to some sort of realization of where they are on that scope of what I just explained, because everybody not on the same page. There could be I've been talking about friendships and relationships this whole time. I'm gonna get one more, but that pretty much just clarified it. Okay, you are not a failure. Okay, you got peace and discipline with blame. Okay, I don't know why I heard, who are you blaming your peace on? Okay, when I think of peace, I think of serenity, happiness, calm. With blame, it's like, who are you giving it away to? What are you feeding into? Okay. Blame is also reminding me of no longer being a victim to anything. Not to people, not to thoughts, not to anything. I'm just getting this sense of freedom. Okay? Literally. That's been kind of like a theme with my reads lately. Well, the couple that I done did within the last couple of days, right? This theme of freedom, letting go, peace, and being okay with that, with the discipline coming out. Okay, let's get into some tarot. We 22 minutes in. I thought I was going to sit on here and make a 15-minute video for the next 24 hours, but fuck it. I'm feeling the flow, okay? So it is what it is. I know that I am never alone, okay? Somebody is really getting their shit together, really getting their emotions together, okay? And it's so crazy because anything can happen at the drop of a dime, and it don't take that long for the dime to drop, all right? This is this element of imagination being real, really believing that things can change for you, really believing that things are possible for you. Okay, like I said, if this is not something that you are being convinced of, this is something that you are convincing others of. I'm definitely getting this element of you needing to be heard. It's time for you to speak up, okay? Because you have a lot inside of you that needs to be talked about, not only for you to release, but to show you that other people do relate to your love story, or people do relate to the things that you've been through, okay? Yeah, taking responsibility for the role that you played in certain things. Taking responsibility for the role that you play in tradition, when sometimes tradition, the mold of tradition, is meant to be broken, and being okay with that, being at peace with that, coming to terms and really embodying peace within, internalizing that you're different and that's okay. Okay, like I said, this card was flipped around, and I purposely did that so I can unflip it. And guess what this is? Young, bright, enthusiastic, and daring. This is a messenger or bearer of news. It's time for you to say what you got to say. I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who is very optimistic, very pure at heart. Okay, very childlike in nature. And maybe this is the reason why. I'm also getting this energy of like, as a child, maybe you were told to be quiet. Okay, you could have been very nosy as a child, very inquisitive, always with your ear to the door or some shit, listening to conversations that you ain't have no business. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking a lot of questions, okay? And it's so funny because whoever I'm speaking to, you could have asked questions as a child that made your parents, guardians, or adults really question where they were in life. You've always had this gift of of bearing news. Okay, whether this was good or bad, Spirit always spoke through you. And it's so significant to this loneliness and re-solidifying the fact that you were never lonely. Okay? With this love coming out kind of in reverse, it's like you were taught love backwards. And it's so funny. If I change this card, this literally changed the whole dynamic of the story. This is that road that you were in, that you had to grow out of, feeling lonely, feeling like you didn't have love, looking for love in all the wrong relationships, blaming everybody in the world on why you're not at peace. But it's like embracing the situation, coming to terms with it. I just feel like somebody is really accepting, and the wind just picked up. Ooh, sorry, my mouth is this whole message. My mouth has been so wet. Like, somebody need to listen. If you've been told all your life that maybe you should shut up, that's because you need to keep talking. Anything that somebody ever taught you needed to be challenged, especially if it did not feel right to you and your spirit and your soul. Okay? But putting that back, the cards back, I don't know, it literally just changed the whole energy. You have that ability. Somebody could even be recognizing and just accepting the fact that you the GOAT, bitch. Like, look, I was talking about a nosy child. Why did I split the deck on the Page of Swords? The page do represent childlike energy, and this motherfucker is looking, they curious, they asking questions, they want to know. Very smart. Okay, I'm also getting this energy of street smarts. All right. And earlier I was reading this card and I was talking about a goal, but it says I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, right? And that's so funny. I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. I feel like you've always had that gift of seeing good in all things, and that's what was also the curse. Excuse me, until you learn how to hone in on that energy without it being a problem for you. Okay, I'm craving ice cream. And it's so funny because I've been craving ice cream for the last couple of days. Okay, I feel like that's significant though, because I've already had ice cream yesterday to satisfy the craving. So I feel like it's not me. All right, somebody here, you could also be, you know, you're not pregnant, but you're getting certain cravings. These are your ancestors. Okay, they are feeding or eating through you, or this could be an element of maybe you need to put something out for them. You know what I'm saying? Guilty. Look how the angel, the wings pop up, the ethereal element. This is definitely ancestral. Okay, but let's see what else is going. All right, Six of Swords, being led by spirit. All right, wow. I also feel this energy of some type of angelic help coming in for you in the next 24 hours. This is also reiterating how I started this reading, how you are angelic help for somebody else. I'm hearing earth angel. Okay, you could also be a fire sign or a air sign. Okay, but I see all elements present. Okay, with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, and I see the Ace of Pentacles. Something about your money. There's about to be some action. All right, I just heard Action Jackson. Isn't that a football player? Lamar Jackson. You know what I find so funny about me channeling that? Somebody's last name could be Jackson. Okay, I used to have a cleaning business, and I used to clean up for Lamar Jackson's girlfriend. But I never really, you know, I'm gonna be real with you, like fame and clout and all that. I'm trying to see how to word this properly without going against myself, because it's not like this type of stuff don't come with it, especially when you to go there, what you doing, people love you, all right? But trying to say who I know and who I'm connected to in real life when they already got fame and clout is so cringe to me. Like, like that shit, because realistically, we regular people, realistically, okay? And there's this element of humbleness, I don't know, that I just have within myself, where I'm able to respect the fact that they just regular people, just well-known people, okay? But I feel like I didn't bring that up for no reason. There's an element, maybe there's some type of fame that you are walking into, and there's a level of being level-headed, knowing that they are just regular people. Or maybe this is something that you're realizing in the next 24 hours. I be on the money, bro. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You got the world card, worldwide, world known. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who is meant to be famous. I'm hearing up and coming celebrity. If this is not worldwide, this is just in your world, in your community type. But I'm talking to somebody, whether you want this or not, because of whatever trauma it is that you feel, something is written in the stars. I also feel like your true abundance, and money, okay, is going to come from you stepping out and being whatever this is. I've been talking about TikTok. I've been talking about social media. So I feel like something about that is significant within the next 24 hours, or somebody is coming to the terms that, you know what I'm saying, maybe this is right. I keep hearing it. I keep seeing it. It keeps following me, but you may not like attention. You may be afraid of being seen. Okay, there's an element of you needing to get over that, because it is written in your DNA to be seen. Okay, because of your angelic power, because of this angelic presence that you have. Somebody could even be creating or posting a video on their YouTube channel for the first time within the next 24 hours. Or this is an element of maybe you got a channel or two that you haven't tapped into for years or months or whatever. It's time for you to get back on it, baby. It's time for you to get back on it. The official new cycle, fuck year with this Gregorian calendar, it has started. I can feel it. Not only energetically, but it's showing proof in my life, y'all. This is not no play shit. Okay, people are going to be coming out of the woodworks. You may even get some unexpected news regarding your finances, or this unexpected message that you didn't see coming. There's the element of something being unexpected here. Okay, you got the Emperor and the Ten of Wands. Somebody is watching you, or somebody see you putting in all of this work, and they want to lift something. All right, if this is not an actual person, this is like your spirit team. It's giving Sky Daddy. All right, I don't know why I'm hearing that, but you got Emperor with the Ten of Wands. But I don't see these as together. I see them as separate, as if somebody wants to help you take this load off of your shoulders. Okay, I'm hearing to release this pressure from your back. Okay. 14, Temperance. 4, stability. Okay. 10, the end of some sort of cycle. All right, you could be feeling really sleepy lately, or this element of you getting some real good sleep in the next 24 hours. Something here is very transformative for you, and I feel like it is dependent on your rest, because I did see 13. All right, the Death card, which come before Temperance. It's this element of change, and then embodying that change, or resting in the peace of this change, or the peace that this change brings. Okay, Ace of Wands. This speak to some sort of good news, finding a new passion. That's so funny, because you started out with the Ten of Wands, which is the end of the cycle, back to a newfound passion, or redoing something with a new eye because of some sort of experience, especially with this Emperor card. I'm also getting this energy of like structure and stability with these earth angel abilities. So not just freely giving yourself away just because you can and you know you have the power, but using discernment on who deserves that energy. Okay, calling your energy back from people that stole it from you, that you were tricked out of. Calling it back clean is important as well. You don't want the energy that was tricked to be tainted and then you asking for it back and it's not clean. Okay, finding some sort of structure within your spirituality. I feel like that's what you're going to be experiencing within the next 24 hours, okay? I low-key feel like if I say anything else, I kind of be dragging this message. Okay, so there's the element of just being. I'm hearing soaking in. I'm seeing a sponge. And obviously it is soaking in, but it's soaking in whatever liquid is around it, but it's doing it at its own pace because it knows that it's its job to soak up in the first place. So this is giving me empathic energy where it's like you naturally, especially if you have a womb, you naturally are a soaker. You take things in. But eventually that sponge got to be squeezed out. You know what I'm saying? Purified. Okay? You took whatever you needed from that liquid or that experience or that person or that element. And you filter out the things that did not benefit you, that don't need you. And now you've made room for something new. Okay, very beautiful energy. Okay, I kind of appreciate this message a lot. So thank you, Spirit. Okay. Something about your ears are significant. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So listen twice before speaking. And it's so crazy because I also feel like this reading was so multifaceted. But there was also an element of it all being the same. Like different things coming together. Because it was needed to create one, all right? This is also reminding me of those videos back then people used to make. Well, they used to be like, God, this is what God did when they made, I don't know, a Pisces. And then they pour the water and be like, imagination, and all the water get poured. And then comedian, and all the water get poured. And then, I don't know, mean, and a little bit of water get poured. I don't know, girl, listen. You know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I think that's everything, you guys. 4s could be significant. 1s could be significant. I'm also seeing the plates of cars. They could be speaking to you. You're seeing a lot of synchronicities through car plates. Okay. I'm also seeing construction. Like new buildings. Someone could be getting a home built. All right, or this element of you living in a new built apartment complex or something like that. Okay. Oh, this could literally be your spiritual structure being revamped, rebuilt, filtered out, refreshed. I'm also hearing an intellectual refresh. Like you're refreshing some sort of information, things that you once believed, because you've grown to a certain frequency. You no longer resonate with those things. Okay? There's definitely an element of you stepping into something within these next 24 hours. But that's it, y'all. I'm done. Okay? If you are interested in any personal readings, everything is in the description. Ooh, baby, I'm sorry. I had to stretch. Everything is in the description box. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.